For years, Americans were told the same thing. Electric cars are the future, just not for your budget. They were quiet, fast, and high-tech, but they also came with a $40,000 or $50,000 price tag. Most people stopped listening right there. But now, one EV is forcing America to pay attention. Because at around $25,000, the Chevrolet Equinox EV isn't asking Americans to imagine the future. It's asking them to afford it. That price alone changes everything. The Equinox name already means something in the United States. It's a familiar sight in suburbs, parking lots, and highways across the country. Families trust it. Commuters rely on it. Chevrolet didn't create a strange, futuristic experiment. They took a car Americans already know and turned it electric. And that decision might be the smartest move yet. Visually, the Equinox EV feels modern but comfortable. It looks clean, confident, and recognizable. It doesn't shout that it's electric, and that's exactly why it works. Many Americans don't want an EV that feels like a science project. They want something that fits into their normal life. This design does exactly that. Step inside, and the focus stays on real-world usability. The cabin is spacious, practical, and easy to understand. There's modern tech, a large touchscreen, and digital displays, but nothing feels overwhelming. If you're coming from a gas SUV, the transition feels natural. No steep learning curve, no confusión, just familiar comfort with a modern upgrade. Now let's talk about the concern that scares most buyers away from EVs: range. Chevrolet is targeting close to 300 miles, depending on the version. For the average American, that covers daily commuting, errands, school runs, and weekend driving without a second thought. Suddenly, charging anxiety doesn't control your decisions anymore. You're not constantly checking percentages or planning your entire week around a plug. Home charging is where the Equinox EV quietly wins people over. Plug it in at night, wake up with a full battery, and skip gas stations entirely. Over time, that convenience becomes addictive. On longer trips, fast charging makes travel possible, even if it still requires a bit of planning. It's not perfect, but it's far better than what EVs offered just a few years ago. Ownership cost is where this car really makes sense. No gas, no oil changes, fewer moving parts, less routine maintenance. Over several years, that can mean thousands of dollars saved for American households. When you combine lower running costs with a lower purchase price, the Equinox EV stops being a nice idea and starts becoming a smart financial decision. Performance isn't about showing off. It's smooth, quiet, and responsive, perfect for daily driving. City traffic feels calmer. Highway cruising feels effortless. This EV isn't trying to replace sports cars. It's trying to replace your everyday vehicle, and that's why it works. Of course, it's not flawless. Charging access still depends on where you live. Apartment dwellers may face challenges. Cold weather can reduce range. Road trips still require more planning than gas cars. These are real issues, and they matter. But here's the bigger picture. The Chevrolet Equinox EV removes the biggest barrier that kept Americans away from electric cars: price. When an electric SUV costs about the same as a gas one, the conversation changes completely. This isn't about hype anymore. It's about practicality. The Equinox EV doesn't promise a radical lifestyle change. It promises the same American routine, just cheaper, quieter, and more efficient. And that's exactly why this EV could change America.